everyone, it's Bunny over at the Woolly Bee. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd make tiny little octi babies, and I'm using Alize Velluto yarn. It is a chunky or bulky weight yarn, and it calls for a 8 to 10 millimeter hook, although I'll be using a 5 millimeter hook for this project. You won't need very much yarn. I'm going to start with a magic circle. You will need a stitch marker, some stuffing, and a needle to sew the eyes and mouth in later. So make your magic circle, and in your magic circle you'll be placing 8 single crochet. So I'm going to go in and out with voice recording because it's been very complicated making this video. You're going to be seeing my little puppy making a little cameo appearance very quickly in and out, and he keeps pushing the table. Yeah, I will add a little picture of him at the end. He doesn't like when I don't pay attention to him. So 8 single crochet into your magic ring. You'll tighten up your magic ring, and you'll see me just tying a knot so that you don't have to worry with working away that tail. It will be tucked in on the inside of the Octi baby's head. And then from there we're going to immediately increase. So 2 single crochet in every single stitch going around, and then you'll be left with a total of 16. So I'm making my last single crochet. I have now a total of 16. Do remember to place your marker back each time. You're now going to do 4 rounds of 16 single crochet each. So just for the next 4 rounds, simple 16 single crochet. Go ahead with that. So this is round number 3. We need to do 1 more round of 16 crochet, and then we're going to turn the work. I will try to go slow. We'll be turning the work, and then we'll be working into the back loop only of that round. We'll be doing some bobble stitches, and I'll be using 3 incomplete double crochet to make my bobble stitches for the 8 tentacles that we need. So it'll be back loop only. That's after we turn the work, because we'll be working on the other side of the round almost, but you'll see what I mean when we get there. So we'll be using bobble stitches, a single crochet in between each of the 8 tentacles. Yeah, you can move your marker to the other loop because you won't be working in that one. You'll see me turning the work, and into the second stitch from the hook I'll be placing the first of 3 incomplete double crochet stitches. So that's 2, 3, and then completing the bobble stitch with a slip stitch, and then slip stitch into the next back loop only. Another bobble stitch, that's 3 incomplete double crochet stitches. Complete the stitch with a slip stitch into the next back loop stitch, and then make another bobble stitch. You'll be doing that 8 times. So you can just go ahead and follow along. This yarn is extremely forgiving, so you know, it's very easy to work with. I never thought I would be making little plushies, but this yarn is an absolute dream to work with, so I'm really enjoying it so far. Oh, and with the 16 stitches, you don't even have to count the tentacles. It'll just work out magically to 8 tentacles and 8 slip stitches in between each tentacle set. So that's brilliant as well. And here as well, place the last bobble stitch for the 8th tentacle. I'm going to slip stitch still and make another slip stitch into the body. I'm just counting them just to make sure that we have 8, and then just making a slip stitch into the body of the little octi as well. Okay, I'm turning the work back because now we'll be working in those front loops that we didn't work in before, and we'll be making 1 single crochet and then crocheting 2 stitches together. So 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. Just follow the trend. Again, the yarn is so forgiving that it doesn't even matter the stitch count at the end. You should end with 11, you could end with 10. It really doesn't affect the project at all, because this is the bottom and we're just closing up the little octi, and honestly everything lays flat anyway, so there's really nothing complicated about this process. Just find your back loops. It could be a little bit tricky. You could have placed markers in those loops if you wanted to. I don't feel the need. I thought that they were quite visible except for the last 2. It was a bit of a struggle there, but it isn't always the same. I don't know what I'm doing differently. Maybe I'm just tired, but everything still works out. I'm simply going to slip stitch to the beginning stitch, and then again we'll also be doing decreases, but in this round I'm only doing slip stitches. I'm not doing single crochet. So a slip stitch and then do a decrease slip stitch, 1 slip stitch into the next, a decrease into the next 2. So that is all I'm doing. I'm just grabbing the front loops. When I'm doing a increase, you can increase, sorry, not an increase, you can decrease in any which way you want to complete this 15-minute project. Would you believe it's only 15 minutes to make this little octi? I've literally timed it, and 15 minutes from start to finish. The quickest little project I've ever made. I think it's really cute. Yeah, and now I'm simply going to sew the mouth and the two eyes. I have safety eyes, but I don't like to use them for projects that are this small. I'm always just so scared that a little person might, you know, children are just so fast and accidents happen so quickly that I'm very fearful of using safety eyes on these smaller projects. And so I just decided to sew my mouth and eyes instead. So I'm simply just going in, making a little V, and then doing the eyes. The eyes I went in and out 5 times for each eye. I hope that this is clear. I don't even know how to explain what I'm doing. And I'm hoping, you know, if you have a better way of sewing on eyes and a mouth, please, by all means, let me know, because I don't sew very well. But I still think that the Octi babies came out quite cute using this little method. And if you have a better way of doing it, by all means, make the project your own. I do love to see that. Yeah, I don't believe in the crochet police. And I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm simply sharing my way of doing things. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little project. And one more little loop, and that'll be number 5, and then the face is basically done. And then right back out the bottom, I'm simply going to tie a little double knot there. Actually, I think I did a triple knot just to secure that. Oh, that is just some cotton, Raisa 100% cotton that I'm using, simply because I couldn't find my acrylic black yarn. It's somewhere in a box. I'm also busy moving some things around, so I'm not in my craft space at the moment. And that's why my little puppy is so confused, because that's not where we're supposed to be sitting doing our crochet. Yeah, so I'm just stuffing the little Octi. That's him coming to say hello. There he is, licking, trying to grab the yarn. I'm going to attach a little picture of the little bugger at the end. His name is Kovu. He is just over 6 months old. And he's, at this moment while I'm recording, he's resting because it's nap time. So, yeah. So I'm just sewing up the bottom. Again, the yarn is so forgiving. I'm just going in and out and pulling the stitches closer together, and then I'm simply going to sew over to one end of the Octi and then tie a knot there, and then do it again on the other side and tie a knot there, and then just work away that little tail in. This project is so quick and simple, and I think you can possibly make little keychains of them. I am making them for someone who has ordered them. She provided all the yarn, so she's going to sell them at her market. I don't do markets. I don't really sell my work anymore, but I still do enjoy the creating of these little items. So that is what I'm doing currently. Life has thrown me a few curveballs, but I'm still crocheting. Even though you don't hear from me very often, I am still around, and today I'm just happy to share this little Octi baby. So if you've enjoyed this little project today, please let me know down in the comments. I would appreciate that so much. Thank you, guys. Look out for a little picture of little Kovu at the end, and I hope to see you soon in my next project. Bye-bye.